All right, guys, this is Donnie and Sandra, and real quickly, we're going to this is video kind of off the hip, and I just want to show you what I was referring to when I posted about the English muffins. And so, you got these English muffins. Here's the English muffins. We cooled them off, and I think some of y'all had wanted the recipe on this. Do you?
I can.
Can you type it out, or?
I guess I can, yeah.
Okay, if you guys are interested, Sandra said she'd type out the recipe on this. Now, as far as the dough and what you did to make these, you made all of that yourself.
Yes, I have a sourdough starter though, but if anybody wants to know how to make their own sourdough starter, I can lead you with that too.
Yeah. So. We did talk about doing a video about doing some bread and all. Those videos are going to be really long, guys, and so we're trying to figure out exactly how to do it. And so, but in a nutshell, for those of you that just want the recipe for how she did these, and these really turned out nice, she'll type up something and put it in the description. And so you guys, those of you that are familiar with, I guess, how to bake bread.
Yeah.
How to bake bread, how to do that. Then this will be the recipe that you can use to make these. And so, but these are sourdough English muffins. Now, real quickly, this one here. What can this one do? What can that one do?
This will mill flour. It also will you can make cream of wheat with it. You can do grits in it, and you can also ground your own cornmeal.
Okay, and so, but I had replied to some people on Facebook, and I said that this one could do cream of wheat, and it can't. No, this one cannot do cream of wheat. What can this one do?
This one does oatmeal. You can also flake other grains, like if you wanted to do wheat, if you wanted to make flakes out of it.
Okay.
To cook it like a cereal, like a hot cereal.
Okay. And this one I'm really excited about. If I'd have known this existed a long time ago, I'd have gotten one. Okay, so this one you cannot do cream of wheat with. No. This one you can do cream of wheat with. Either one of them, I'm happy. Now, guys, the reason we got two of them is because I do like oatmeal, and there's things this thing can do that this one cannot do.
Yes.
And so
you cannot make oatmeal on the grain mill.
You cannot make oatmeal on this one here, yes, on the grain mill. But
Donnie eats oatmeal quite a bit.
I do eat oatmeal quite a bit, and I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I had no idea, y'all, the nutritional aspects of this that I was lacking. I knew that store-bought bread was lacking in some areas, but I had no clue. I had no clue how much. And so there was one article that I read online where the grain, if you was to mill your own grain to make flour for bread, you get 40 out of the 44 nutrients that your body needs. 40 out of the 44. Mm-hmm. And I think the only things that's lacking is like vitamin C, and there's 3 other ones. And so, but you're just about getting every single bit. But the store-bought bread, the way they process it, they take aspects of the grain out, and you're lacking into it.
They take 2/3 of the grain out. You're only left with the endosperm, which is the center of it, and that's all you get. They don't have no bran. They don't have any wheat germ in it. It's just only the endosperm.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I know there was, it's been some time back. I was looking for information on what is the most nutritious bread out there. Mm-hmm. And there's just about, for every person, it seemed like there's an opinion, mm-hmm, or an article out there. And I could not get a decent response, or an article that would say, this bread here is the best and the most nutritious.
But sourdough kept coming up. And that's one reason why we started making sourdough bread, is because it is low on the glycemic index. It does not spike your blood sugar. It has good bacteria in it for your gut health. And so that's why we started making, and that led us into getting a grain mill.
Yeah, well, bottom line on all that was the only way you're going to get the most nutritious bread is to mill it, just to mill it yourself. I will say that because you're getting all of that grain.
Yeah.
You're getting all aspects of it. But at any rate, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to make oatmeal.
Yep.
We're going to that seems to be our other grain. We won't get it for another week.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is now as far as cost, I talked about cost. It is costly.
It is expensive.
There is an expense to it, but guys, we're talking about your health here is what we're talking about. Now the mock meal. How much was the mock meal?
The mock meal was $432.
All right, and this was at the time of this recording.
Yes.
This one was how much?
210.
And then 210.
No, I take that back. The mock meal was $342. I got that backwards.
Okay.
$342, and this was $210.
Okay, and then we spent about another
$100 on grain.
$100 on grain, but that grain is going to
last us a long time.
We're not talking, guys, about a little bit of grain. We're talking grain that
25-pound bags.
Probably last us. Oh my gosh!
Yes. And I got
a year nearly.
Let's see. I got hard wheat, soft wheat. I got two different types. I got the yellow and the white corn. I got rye. I got spelt. I think that's it. I'm going to make rye bread to go with our homemade sauerkraut we're doing. So we can have Reuben sandwiches.
Now, let's go ahead. Just for time's sake, guys, this is the grain.
Yes, this is groat oats is what this is.
Groat oats. And this is what we're going to make our oatmeal out of. Yes. And so
this is what oatmeal looks like before you get it at the store.
Now, this right here, it does expand. Now, when you make your oatmeal, it's going to make probably close to double this amount.
Yes, that's 3/4 of a cup. We're going to see, because I had to run 2 tablespoons through here before we got started to make sure that there wasn't any dirt or debris in here. And it made about 3 tablespoons after it was flaked.
All right.
So
now let's go ahead and let's run it through. And guys, like I said, we're doing this for the first time, and so
we're gonna pour this in the hopper, and we're gonna turn it on. And this does have a DC motor, so it's not gonna start right away. I kind of did.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
All right.
That's it.
Yep. All right. So how much? I'm not sure exactly how much.
I had 3/4 of a cup.
All right. Now this is what the grain looked like before, and this is what it looks like now.
Yep.
And so that is amazing.
And I put 3/4 of a cup in there, and it made what, about a cup and a half, almost.
Actually, here
about a cup and a quarter.
It made a cup and a quarter. And how much did you put in?
3/4 of a cup.
3/4 of a cup.
Yeah.
And so it does make a little bit more than what you're actually doing. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to make this oatmeal up. I'm just going to cook it like I normally cook oatmeal. And then we're going to show you what that final, what it looks like in the end. And then we're going to give it a taste test and let you know what we've, how we feel about it. All right. We got it cooked up here. This is what it looks like now. And so, now I didn't put any sugar in yet because I use honey. I use honey in my oatmeal. And Sandra, what are you going to use in yours?
I'm going to use some monk fruit.
Monk fruit. And then, of course, you put a little bit of milk in there. But it is just about ready to put in the bowl. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, it is finished. And what I did is I put butter, real butter, and I put honey in mine. So I didn't sweeten the oatmeal until after it was in our bowls. And I put a little bit of milk in the oatmeal also. And Sandra, she likes to put brown sugar in hers.
Yes, but I use the monk fruit, the golden monk fruit sweetener.
Okay.
So,
Guys,
as far as cinnamon.
As far as the taste test, I'm a big oatmeal eater. Sandra really doesn't like oatmeal. But what do you feel about this oatmeal?
This is good.
It's good oatmeal. But what I've noticed is that whenever you're eating it, the oatmeal seems to be, the grains seem to be more chunkier than the store-bought, is what I'm getting. I'm not talking about lumps, oatmeal, lumps in your oatmeal. I'm just talking about the grains seem to be it's a larger. You can feel like you got something in your mouth.
Sturdier, yeah.
It's just
sturdier. That's that.
Yeah, there's just more. The grains seem to be a larger size, and so. But it did not take long to cook. Same, you cook it just like you would any other oatmeal. All right, guys. Now this is what it looked like before we milled it, and then after, and it cooked just like your regular oatmeal. So you don't have to do anything special to it. And it tastes really good, guys. It really does. And as far as the nutritional aspects of it, what'd you find out?
Okay, so vitamin B3, it contains 71% more vitamin B3, which is good for lowering your cholesterol, eases arthritis, and boosts your brain function.
Wow.
And it has 900% more vitamin B6.
Oh my gosh.
And vitamin B6 helps maintain normal amounts of amino acid in your blood and boost your immune system to help it work better. It also...
I just can't. The size of these grains after it's milled, it's amazing.
It also has oat beta glucan in it, which decreases bad cholesterol. It helps control your blood sugar, and it's good for weight management and promotes healthy growth of healthy bacteria. This is also much fresher tasting, I will say.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get the oatmeal in the store and it's kind of stale tasting because you don't know how long it's been sitting out there.
Wow.
So yes, this is, to me, I think it's fresher tasting.
Yeah. Well, guys, you'll have to excuse our mess here. We kind of did this right off the hip here, but again, this is what we did it in. This is the flake. They call it the flake lovers.
We bought it from Mockmeal.
We bought it from Mockmeal. That's what you want to remember. We'll have a link in the description for you guys to check out. Just go straight to them. And guys, yes, it is an expensive hit at first. But we got to thinking, my gosh, you just heard the nutritional aspects of just the oatmeal.
And think of all the things that you can make with just oatmeal.
Yeah.
Not just this, you can do overnight oats, you can do granola, you can make muffins. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with just oatmeal. So
yeah. This right here, I'll tell you, if I'd have known about this a long time ago, I'd have gotten this one. And so, because I do eat a lot of oatmeal. And so, but at any rate, guys, we hope, let us know how it turns out for you. Any of you, the guys that's already doing this. And so I tell you what, I can't find anybody, and I mean anybody, that can say anything bad about grinding your own flour and making your own oatmeal and stuff like that. I cannot, everybody across the board says you're getting a healthier product in the end. And so it's worth it. At any rate, we're going to let you guys go. I'm going to finish up this oatmeal.
We're going to finish eating.
And, we got some other recipes that we're going to do in the future, and so we'll share some of those things with you. But anyhow, let's put a dent in that old supermarket. Bye-bye.